Hello everyone, Radswin Law wishes you a happy 4th of July. We hope that you are staying safe on the boat, in the pool, at the lake, grilling out with family and friends. Today we're talking about why we celebrate the 4th of July. And the next right that we have, or we're going to look at under the Bill of Rights, and that is the Second Amendment, which is probably the most controversial right that we have guaranteed in the Bill of Rights. So we hope that you stay tuned and you stay informed. We celebrate the 4th of July as America's birthday, a day of independence, the day that we declared ourselves free from Great Britain. However, many of us are taught that the reason the war began was over a tea tax or unequal representation in the British Parliament. However, the real reason, the main thrust of how the war started had nothing to do with those things. The clash began on April 19, 1775, when more than 700 British soldiers were given what they thought were secret orders to destroy colonial military supplies, firearms, gunpowder, and bullets in Concord, Massachusetts. Fortunately, thanks to an elaborate colonial intelligence network led by the Sons of Liberty, the Patriots were able to move their supplies before the British could move in and confiscate them. This was in part to the daring rides of a few brave men and one brave woman. The colonial militia, the Patriots, knew that the engagement with the British Army was imminent, so these riders, which many of you are familiar with, Paul Revere, Samuel Prescott, Israel Bissell, William Doss, and a woman by the name of Cybele Ludington, all made daring rides to warn the Patriots that the British were coming. The first shots were fired just after dawn in Lexington, Massachusetts, the morning of April 19th. The shot heard round the world is a famous phrase, but the Patriots, or about 500 men, were outnumbered and initially forced to retreat. The British Army were able to press forward onto Concord, where they searched for the arms and the military supplies, only to come up empty-handed. While the British were searching, the American Patriot militia was able to reform, and they met the British at the North Bridge in Concord, and they were successful this time in driving back the British. As more American reinforcements arrived, they forced the British Army south to Boston, where the siege of Boston had begun, and the American War for Independence had now started. With the events of Concord and Lexington, the War for Independence, fresh in the minds of the Patriots and the founding fathers of this country, they wrote down in the Bill of Rights the Second Amendment, which reads, "A well-regulated militia being necessary for the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed." You see, the Second Amendment was never intended to apply directly to the type of firearm, the firearm technology, or even the time period in which we live in. It was always intended to apply as a restriction on the government, from the government taking firearms away from the people and then being able to oppress them. That is why the Second Amendment was written, and we will look in further detail as to the parts of the Second Amendment in the coming weeks. If you have questions about how to purchase a firearm or you need firearm training, please give Radswin Law a call, 248-702-5282, and we will take care of you. Happy 4th, everyone. Stay safe.